Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Disson. I'm a registered dietitian and health educator here at CentraState Medical Center and our Health Awareness Center. And what I wanted to take just a few minutes today was to talk to you about foods that give us energy. If there's one common complaint most of us have is that we don't have enough energy. We're tired, we're fatigued, we're exhausted, we come to work tired, we leave work tired, we go home tired, we fall asleep, we don't feel refreshed when we wake up in the morning. All of us are looking for more energy. And unfortunately, there's a lot of food and supplements and products being marketed to us that are going to tell us they're going to give us more energy, but that's not always the case. But there are some incredibly simple, easy, healthy ways we can help boost our energy levels at home and at work. So the first thing we have to define is, well, what is energy? Because it's just one of those words people say, but what does it actually mean? So we get energy from our food in the form of our calories. And everybody's afraid of calories because everybody thinks that calories are a bad thing, but we couldn't live without them. The important thing is to get good quality calorie, good quality food. That's what gives us energy that benefits us versus calories that just sit in our bodies and don't do anything. There are three main sources of calories in our diet, but only two that we really get any energy from. The first one are carbohydrates. They are our primary source of energy in the diet. If anyone tells you that you shouldn't eat any carbohydrates, they don't know what they're talking about. The cells in our brain, our red blood cells, some of the cells in our kidneys can only live on carbohydrates. And we'll go into what are the difference between good and poor quality carbs, but these are the main way we get energy. They boost our energy levels, they go right into our blood. Good quality carbohydrate-rich foods are what actually sustain us through the whole day. What gives us a more longer-lasting form of energy are fats. And there's just as many people saying that fats are killing us as the same people that say carbs are killing us. But fats are a good source of energy as well, as they take a longer time to burn. The same thing, though, is true. They have to be better quality sources of fat to actually boost our energy and keep us healthy versus clog up our heart and make us sluggish. The third way we get calories is in the form of protein, but we actually don't absorb any calories from protein typically. And more specifically, we only utilize energy in the form of protein if we're in a state of starvation. If we are literally starving to death, that's when the body uses protein for energy. So if you look at a lot of foods, a lot of dietary supplements, energy drinks, power bars, all these different things, shakes, smoothies, they all say that they're full of protein, which is going to give you energy. Protein is a very poor source of energy. It takes a lot of work in the body to turn protein into usable calories that we can burn. So protein-rich foods don't really give us energy unless they also are very high-fat or high-carbohydrate foods as well. So if nothing else from today, remember, anyone that's trying to sell you something that's high in protein and they're saying it's going to give you energy, it's not true. Protein has a lot of benefit in the body, but it's not a good source of energy. Good quality carbohydrates and good quality fats are what we're looking for. So the kinds of carbohydrates we want to focus on are the whole complex, these long chains of carbohydrate. One of the main benefits of a carbohydrate that is complex is it's typically high in fiber. When we have a lot of fiber in the diet, it helps our digestive system work perfectly. And when our digestive system is working at its top-notch speed, everything is digested well, absorbed well, we get rid of waste better, it keeps our whole system running clean. If we have a lot of low-fiber foods in our diet, everything gets stuck and we feel bloated and sluggish and tired all the time. If we're getting carbohydrates that are complex, they take a little bit longer to burn, so we get a slower, more sustained release of sugar into our blood, so it keeps us going for longer. So a bowl of rice is going to give us a lot more energy than a bowl of puffed rice cereal, because the bowl of just cooked rice is full of starch, full of fiber, it takes a long time to digest, whereas sweetened, sugary cereal, it just dissolves. And you put a puffed piece of cereal in your mouth, it dissolves right on your tongue. It doesn't keep you full, and it digests like that. So you need something that's going to take a long time to digest to keep us full and to keep us going. So whole grains like corn, whole wheat, brown rice, barley, things like this take a long time to digest, and they keep us full, and they give us very good quality carbohydrate. Whole fruits In whole vegetables, anyone you could possibly name, same thing. Juices are not the same thing as a whole piece of fruit. Apple juice versus an apple are not the same food. So if you're getting most of your vegetables in the form of tomato juice, fruit juice, things like that, it's not quite the same thing as eating a bowl of vegetable soup or steamed veggies or a salad or a stir fry, something where it's the whole vegetable. Whole grains, fruits and vegetables are really what we want to build our meal around. At least 50% of what we're eating or more should be that kind of food. It will fill you up and it will keep your energy burning for a long time. So these are all the beautiful things that we can bring into our diet. Whole grain bread, whole grain pita, whole grain rice and pastas. Every single fruit or vegetable you can imagine. It adds color and texture and variety and good flavor. It's a really wonderful way to bring in a lot of excellent just quality to our diet. And things like pasta, things like rice, corn, these are not expensive foods. Fruits and vegetables, especially if you're buying them seasonal, they're very inexpensive. So it's an easy way to bring a lot of good food into your diet without a lot of income. Unfortunately, most of the carbohydrates we get are refined, processed, white flour, white rice, white noodles, white sugars, fruit juice, all of these different things. They've had all the good stuff taken out. No more fiber, most of the nutrients are lost, and they digest so quickly that they don't give us enough sustained energy. Our blood sugar spikes, and then it falls. This is the number one way to feel horrible. If you're getting most of your carbohydrates in the form of sweetened drinks, juices, refined foods, you are gonna have that roller coaster high, low feeling all day. So unfortunately, this is where we're getting most of our carbohydrates from. Cakes, pastries, donuts, chips, cold cereals, all these different things. Look at the next time if you're in a grocery store, the health food bars, the power bars they sell, they're just candy. Look at how much sugar they put in those things. They tell you it's gonna give you energy, but it gives you very short, quick bursts of energy, and then you crash afterwards. So these are the things we always want to avoid. Fats are a much richer source of calorie. There's about twice as much calorie in a gram of fat as there is in a gram of carbohydrate. So we don't want too much fat in our diet, but it's a great way to get some healthy sources of energy into our diet without being too much. So nuts and seeds, walnuts, peanuts, almonds, cashews, pecans, whatever you like, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds. If you just sprinkle little bits of them in a food, in your cereal, in your oatmeal, in your salad, just a little bit of sliced up apples that you have some walnuts with. Something really quick. It doesn't take any cooking skills or any refrigeration, but they're a nice way to get some richer sources of energy into your diet. Minimally processed oils, things like avocado, olive oil, coconut oil, sesame seed oil. Not a lot. We don't want our food oily. We don't want our food fatty. But just that little bit makes the food a little richer, a little tastier, and it can help get all of those grains and fruits and vegetables in and help them taste a little bit better. We want to avoid highly processed oil though. Things like cottonseed oil, mixed vegetable oil, soybean oil, canola oil. A lot of our processed foods use these kinds of oils. They're more inflammatory in the body, and so they've been linked with feelings of fatigue and exhaustion more than these healthier sources. And beware of the amount of fat that's in your animal food. So the fat that's in your dairy or your chicken or your pork or your beef or your fish, because it's a little more saturated, which means it's going to cause your blood to flow a little more slowly, and it can help prevent a good flow of oxygen through your body. So we want to go with things like healthy oils and healthy nuts and seeds versus the main source of most of the fat we get, which is in fried food, pizza, all the processed food that we have. So ways that we can increase energy are to take those good sources of carbohydrate and those good sources of fat and put them together. So really simple things, some dried fruit, raisins, dates, prunes, anything you might like, mixed with a little whole grain cereal and some nuts. So I could take whole grain Cheerios with a handful of raisins and a handful of walnuts, and that could be a really easy, quick snack. I throw it in a little Ziploc bag, keep it with me, and anytime I'm hungry, I can go into it. I don't need to heat it, I don't need to cool it, I don't need utensils, it's just ready to go. Buying some whole grain crackers and taking a bag of baby carrots and a little container of hummus. Same thing, easy, quick, doesn't require any kind of specific equipment. Just some leftover rice, bean, and vegetable just thrown together from dinner the night before. Some leftover pasta that I put some garlic and some olive oil and some spinach in. Maybe just an apple or a pear with some peanut butter, or just some whole grain cereal that I put some fruit and maybe some milk or almond milk or whatever you'd like to use. Simple, quick ways to get little snacks or little small meals that will actually fill you up if nothing else, and also have a slower release of energy into your system. And that's what we're looking for, are easy, quick ways to get that boost, that feeling like I can get through the rest of the day now and feel good. So I hope that this gave you some ideas on things that you can bring into your diet, things that you can bring to work and home to keep your energy levels high. Thank you very much and be well.